I took over the company with my sister when my father decided to step down. I had been working with the company for about 6 years at the time and really wanted to take the reins of the company. Allison, my sister and I, she co-runs the company with me. We've been doing very well and successfully leading the charge for about 4 years now.
I've been on the island for over 50 years. My partner and I opened up a design build office. He was an architect from Washington. People just started coming in, and it's really it just built a lot of momentum, and that's really how it started. And so I got a reputation for not just being I would like to think, one of the best builders on the vineyard, but I got a reputation for understanding design and caring about design, and that really fostered these relationships with a lot of the architects I worked with over my career. Colin and I, we were very friendly and we spent time together, and when they started having children and we started having kids, we spent some time together. I've always thought of them as family friends, and so it never really was this sort of competitor driving kind of a thing. But I knew Colin, like we all do, we're trying to figure out a way to do a transition. But Colin did this very early on. His girls took the bull by the horns. It's something that was really important to them, and Hillary cares very, very much about this. She's really passionate about it. And she wants to be really successful, and she wants to be respected. And these are things that are really important to have when you're charting your course in this business, and particularly if you're a woman. And, as a father of 3 daughters, I really wanted to be supportive of how women are trying to achieve things in a man's world, literally. And it's not easy. And I think very often we underestimate those challenges.
It was a learning curve for me. I realized I had to regain the respect of all of our subcontractors after my dad stepped down. He had already had those relationships, but I needed to rebond them. There's always an interesting speed bump that we have to get over, and I think it's also one of the things I love about working here. My hope is that more women will get into construction, and more women will realize that this is a powerful industry that they can hold power in and are able to gain the confidence to do so, knowing that we were able to do so with so many challenges at our feet.
I don't think any of these clients who Colin and I have had over the years should have any hesitancy whatsoever from embracing the company the way they have in the past. I would wholeheartedly recommend them based on how I know the girls, how I know Hillary, and how I know how Colin conducted his business. This is a generational transition, okay? I mean, we're not young anymore. Life has moved on, and we build houses differently today. They're much more highly engineered. It's a much more structured building process. The accountability is much higher. I think Hillary's embraced all of that. So she's going to look and explore every opportunity to refine some of these things, and as she should. The easiest part of what we do is actually building the house. It's all the other stuff of running a business, the social IQ that it takes to interact with marketers and clients and subcontractors without making people angry. That's really the hard part. But actually building the house, if everybody just leave you alone, that's easy.
Quality is one of the most important things in our business, and one of the things that I always talk about with our staff, and that I was taught very early on in the process of being brought up in this business, is that we will never compromise quality. Quality is the one thing that all of our previous clients can agree on, is that our quality is the epitome of who we are, and it is the cornerstone of our company. It is what is represented by all of our jobs, and you can see that by seeing any of our work.
The quality that they do and the philosophy that Colin has instilled in the girls, it's superb. It's the same for me, it's the same for any of the really high-end builders on the vineyard who do this kind of work. I think that sense of quality is what Colin has passed on, and what Hillary and the rest of the gang that she has there truly believe in and will continue to execute. Colin and I started off over 50 years ago, and that sort of philosophy and business culture is really, really valuable. And they just have to find ways to sustain it make improvements on it where it makes sense to do it. Just look forward to the future, and I have a high level of confidence that despite some of the downsides, some of the darker days we all experience, that they will be successful. They care too much about it.
Looking ahead, I would say my aspirations for the company are to gain even more relations with our subcontractors. I would also like to breach the gap of certain architects that have not maybe used our company since my father stepped down, and really give them the confidence that they can say Martha's Vineyard Construction is and will always be what it was, and that is quality, that is precision, that is honesty and transparency.